Today is Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. I am Julie Hankinson, and this is the view out my window. I finally received some linen towels that I had ordered off of Etsy. Now, to be quite frank, the poor lady that mailed them to me, she was in Australia, and she mailed them in November, and somehow between the Christmas rush and the wildfires going on, these towels finally arrived yesterday. Now, what makes these towels so special is that they are unused antique linen towels. Now, last year, I started journaling about my, I called it my up level. And I journaled. I wrote down everything. I chose to make at least one weekly up level. And one of my up levels was to only use a towel once. Now, if you're using one of those really nice, awesome, organic, thick Turkish cotton towels, which I was using, it fills up the washing machine all on its own. And that made it extremely difficult to keep up with my laundry. And I always was just using a towel for, making it last 2 or 3 days, which meant that I was hanging it up in between and letting it dry. And for my up level, I wanted to treat myself to a brand new clean towel every day, because I was looking to increase my hygiene. And if you keep reusing the same towel every day, you're just wiping yesterday's sweat back onto your skin again. And that's sort of gross if you think about it. Now, this might not be where you're at, but this is what I have been thinking about. And I also had been thinking about the fact that you need to change your pillowcase on a daily basis. Because even though you're washing your face and putting on cream or not putting on cream, but the fact is, whatever was the germs or bacteria was on your face the day before, you're just reapplying it to your face all night long. We're talking 7 or 8 hours of a repeat of the bacteria that was on there the day before. So I decided to change my pillowcase every day and to use a clean towel every day. Now, what I did was I actually bought antique linen towels and antique huck sack cotton towels. Some of them you can actually find unused. You can find them on eBay or you can find them on Etsy. And you want to get the larger ones, not the short ones that make great kitchen hand towels, but ones that you can use as a body linen to, wipe off your body, to dry your body. And I have enjoyed this to no end. You can hang up multiples of them on a towel rack. That way you don't even have to fold them. You just take them straight out of the dryer and plop them on your rack and just use one and pop it in the washing machine. When you have a full, load of whites that you want to wash. And to me, this was my up level. And I really have enjoyed it so much that, again, I made this purchase in November to buy additional antique linen, very long hand towels. And this poor lady, we were both rejoicing because they finally arrived. What is this, November, December, January, almost 3 months later. So that was a very interesting journey for my towels. Now, one more thing I should comment on is the cotton hucksack towels are really awesome, very absorbent. They wash very well. I have no problem with excess lint. However, when you buy antique linen towels, you are going to have a transition period because when they arrive, they feel really stiff, and you're going to go, I'm not going to put this on my skin. But if you wash them and use fabric softener, you get this fabulously soft, awesome cloth. But that first wash, you're going to have an awesome amount of lint. You could almost make a wash rag out of it because you are conditioning that fabric, which has been sometimes as much as 70 to 100 years old. And it's, I'm just trying to give you a heads up here. That was a really interesting wake-up experience. But they are definitely worth it. My preference is the cotton hucksack. But I think if you do experiment with this, you will find it quite enjoyable. There are quite a few towels out there that have crochet on them, or they have cut work, or they have monograms, which is fine. I did experiment with the damask ones with all the fancy falderal on them. However, again, I go back to the standard, unfancy hucksack. It's just the most absorbent and easiest to wash that I have found. And I just wanted to bring up one quote that I found last year that I really feel applies to all the up-leveling I did. And that is, growth highlights opportunities for change. Because once you start recalibrating your life, once you start making little tiny tweaks, you will see so many opportunities to make another little tweak to improve your life, whether it's comfort or efficiency or taking care of your health, just being happier, making your life more comfortable, just so many opportunities for change. And I'm going to absolutely slaughter this pronunciation, but there is a Japanese word for continuous improvement of your surroundings, and it's Kankyo Kaizen. This means the Kankyo, that is your surroundings, and the Kaizen, that is your continuous improvement. So it means continuous improvement of your surroundings. And it is a very popular concept, and it can apply to something as minuscule as a flower arrangement, or making yourself a fabulous cup of tea. Just little things that improve your surroundings, like having a clean bath towel every day. Whenever you take your, in Japan, you do wash off before you get into your tub and you soak. And so the pleasure of knowing that at the end of the day, you're getting out and soaking and then having a clean bath towel was, to me, um, an improvement to my surroundings. And it was one of my weekly up levels. Again, that, and also having a clean pillowcase every night, which meant that I did have to go out and buy some more pillowcases, because how often do we just buy additional pillowcases so that we can have 7 or 8 pillowcases in case we're not doing that color of, load of wash. But again, I want to challenge you to find one area of your life where you can make an improvement, an up level this week. Whether you're up leveling your happiness or your health or your wealth. I mean, are you going to find a new credit card which is 0% interest and 0% balance transfer fees, so that you're not paying 17% interest on that credit card that you've been carrying a balance on? I mean, that would be considered a major up level. You'd be saving yourself potentially, based on the amount, as much as $1,500, if you're just paying the minimum amount due. So that would be a major life improvement. Or if you're doing, like I did last year, a weekly challenge, just changing out your pillowcase every night so that you're giving your face, the skin on your face, the chance to actually be in contact with a clean surface at night, or the pleasure of having a nice, clean, fresh bath towel every time you take a bath. That is just a little luxury, but if you don't have a maid making sure that that's done for you, it's a little luxury that you can do for yourself. And I will leave you with that and wish you all the best and happiness and health, and that you will improve your wealth. Take care and have a good night. Bye.